Hi sewing friends, welcome back to Sew Happy, where we sew patterns together from start to finish. Today we're diving into another free pattern from Mood Sewciety, the Chelsea Brocade Cigarette Pants, going step by step through these super chic tailored and lined pants. For my version, I went with a medium weight floral cotton for the outer, paired with a semi-sheer polyester lining, which gives it a really beautiful lightweight finish while still keeping that structured look. And today's video is extra special because it's a collaboration with Divia from Recreateful. If you love upcycling, sewing on a budget, and making the most out of what you already have, her channel is such a gem. I've personally been really inspired by her creativity and her fearless approach to transforming pieces into something completely new. For this collab, she is sewing the most adorable jacket from Mood that pairs perfectly with these pants. So together you'll have a full set. If you've worked with Mood patterns before, you already know the instructions can be minimal and sometimes confusing. So we've got you covered. You'll definitely want to check out her video for the full step-by-step on that piece. Here's Divia to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Divia. Here on YouTube, I'm also known as Recreateful. On my sewing channel, I do a lot of sewing tutorials, I test a lot of free patterns, and I also have some of my own patterns. And I was so happy, no pun intended, when Mari reached out to me. This is my first collaboration and I was very excited. The pattern that I chose to test in my video is the Coeur d'Alene coat, which is a quilted jacket, and I will say the outcome is absolutely beautiful, so I am sure you are going to enjoy that video. And whilst you are there, you might also want to check in some of the other videos, and otherwise I will see you over there.
Thank you, Divya. I can't wait to see how your jacket turned out and to have everyone go over to your channel and sew it along with you. And for now, let's dive into the sew along for these lined pants. Here are the wrong sides of both of my front pant pieces, and I've gone ahead and marked the darts. Now I'll pin them in place. Sew the darts in place from the top to the point, leaving thread tails at the point so you can tie them in knots. Then I'm going to press my darts toward the center fronts. Repeat to pin and sew your back darts, then press them towards the center back. Place both of your back pieces right sides together along the crotch curve and pin in place. Sew the crotch curve with a 1/2 inch seam allowance and press that seam open. Then we'll place our front and back pieces right sides together along the side seams and pin in place. From the top to the bottom of the side seam on both sides. With a 1/2 inch seam allowance and press the seams open. Repeat all of those steps to sew the darts, the back crotch seam, and the side seams for your lining pieces as well. The only difference is that I've pressed my darts in opposite directions as I did for my main fabric pieces to reduce bulk in that seam later on. Place your main and lining pieces wrong sides together at the waistline seam. Pin the waistline seam. Then I'll sew those pieces together along the waistline with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Here are both of my fly pieces, and I've gone ahead and interfaced the wrong side of one piece to add some stability. I'll place these pieces wrong sides together and pin. And I'll finish the raw edges all the way around. Here is my fly shield piece, and I've gone ahead and added interfacing to the wrong side for 1/2. Now I'll fold it in 1/2 wrong sides together and pin. Finish the raw edges. Here's my left front pant piece as worn, with my main and lining fabrics still wrong sides together. Place the straight edge of the fly piece right sides together with the center front edge, aligning the tops and pin in place. Sew in place with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then we'll turn that fly piece away from the pant and give that seam a good press. Place your zipper right sides together with the fly facing. I'm going to place it in place so that the bottom zipper stop sits about a 1/2 inch above the bottom finished edge of the fly. And the edge of the zipper tape aligns with the seam that we just created. Pin in place on the innermost edge of the zipper tape. Sew that left side of the zipper tape to the fly piece. Now we'll turn the zipper over so that it's right side facing up. Place this unsewn side of the zipper tape right sides together with the opposite center front. Make sure that the waistline seams are completely aligned and pin in place. Pinning through the zipper tape the front pant piece and the lining front piece. Place the fly shield on top of your pinned zipper tape. Align the finished edge of the fly shield with the finished edge of the center front and pin in place with that zipper sandwiched in between. Sew through all thicknesses, sewing close to those zipper teeth on the left side of the zipper tape. Now before I move forward to sew the remainder of the crotch seam for that center front, I'm going to reduce some of the bulk in that fly area. At the bottommost edges of both the fly and the fly facing pieces, I'm going to snip into the seam allowance to the bottom of my stitching line. This will help release that seam allowance for the crotch seam. Now for this seam allowance that joins the fly to the center front, I'm going to trim it by about half. And I'll press that seam allowance toward the fly piece. With that seam allowance pressed toward the fly piece, I'm going to understitch, sewing this seam allowance to the fly with about an 1/8 inch seam allowance, from the top to the bottom of my original stitches. I'll also mention that for this seam of the fly shield piece, I went ahead and zigzagged those layers together from the top to where I snipped into the seam allowance earlier. This will prevent the main and lining fabrics of the pant material from fraying. Now we can start sewing the remainder of the crotch seam. Place your front pant piece's main fabric only right sides together. And pin the remainder of the crotch curve from where we snipped into the seam allowance to the bottom of the curve. Then we'll sew this curve from where our fly stitches stopped to the bottom, making sure you sew right up to where those original fly stitches stopped so that there's no gap in the front pant piece. Sew with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Now that crotch seam is sewn for the main fabric, we'll repeat for the lining fabrics, placing them right sides together from the snip to the bottom of the curve. And sew that lining crotch curve with a 1/2 inch seam allowance from the bottom of the curve to where the fly stitches ended previously. On the outside of the pant, we're going to top stitch our fly opening. Straighten out your fly opening as worn, just pressing it flat along that seam that we understitched earlier. Open your zipper. Feel through the front pant material so that you can feel the finished edge of the fly on the inside. Draw yourself a stitching line curved toward the center seam, about 1/4 of an inch within that finished edge of the fly. Pin those fly and pant materials together. Top stitch in place along the line that you've transferred from the top to the center seam. From the top to about 1 inch away from the seam, make sure you have your fly facing out of the way so it doesn't get caught in your stitches. Then for the last 1 inch of your stitches, as you approach the seam, you can move that fly facing back into place and sew, this time catching the fly facing in your stitches. This will make it so that you can sew all the way to the seam, and also make it so that the fly facing doesn't flap around on the inside at the bottommost point. Now place your main fabric front and back pieces right sides together along the inseam. And pin in place, aligning the crotch seam. Then we'll sew the inseam from the bottom of one pant leg across the main seam to the bottom of the opposite pant leg with a 1/2 inch seam allowance and press the seam open. Repeat for the front and back pant lining pieces, placing them right sides together, aligning the crotch seam and pinning the entire inseam. Sew from the bottom of one lining pant leg to the center seam and continuing to the bottom of the opposite lining pant leg. With a 1/2 inch seam allowance, press the seams open. Once both inseams are sewn, you can turn the pants entirely right side out through one of your pant legs. For the bottom hems, we're going to hem the main fabric and the lining separately. Starting with the lining, we're going to do a rolled hem, folding it to the wrong side first by a 1/2 inch, then once more by an additional 1/2 inch and pin all the way around. Doing this for both lining legs. For the main fabric, we'll fold the raw edge to the wrong side first by a 1/4 inch, then once more by 3/4 inch to create a full inch hem. Then edge stitch all of your hems in place all the way around for all 4 layers. Here is the wrong side of my waistband piece, and I've gone ahead and applied interfacing to the whole piece. For one long edge, I'm going to fold that raw edge to the wrong side by 1/2 inch straight across. Then I'm going to place the opposite raw edge right sides together with the top of the pant. First, I'll open that zipper, and I'll have both short edges of the waistband extend beyond both sides of the center front fabrics by a 1/2 inch. So a 1/2 inch beyond the fly shield, and a 1/2 inch beyond the opposite center front. Then continue pinning the waistband along the raw edges all the way around. Sew the waistband to the top of the pant all the way from center front to center front with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. For both short ends of the waistband, we're going to fold the fabric right sides together so that the inner fold of the waistband that we pressed earlier meets the seam line. Pin along the raw edges. Repeat on both sides. Sew both short edges with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, catching the folds. Trim the top corners of that seam. Also, if your zipper is longer than it needs to be, extending beyond the waistband, trim it now. Then with your waistband seam allowance pressed up toward the waistband, turn the waistband right side out, poking out the corners. Fold your waistband wrong sides together so that the folded edge just covers the main seam line. Pin in place from the outside. We'll stitch in the ditch of the waistband, making sure that you're catching that inner folded edge as you go. On the left-hand side, as worn, sew your buttonhole into the waistband. Then sew your button in place on the opposite side of the waistband. And now the pants are complete. Thank you so much for sewing along with me. Make sure you visit Recreateful to sew the jacket as well. And I will see you in the next sewing video.